wondrous sound, and fear can claim what little faith remains. But I carry strength from souls now gone. They won't let me give in. I will never surrender, will free the earth and sky, crush my heart into embers, and I will reignite.
BioWare has released the Mass Effect 3 Extended DLC, which was supposed to fix the endings. It didn't. Let me get something out of the way right quick before I go into what the gist of this video is going to be about. I've heard it from both sides. I've heard it from the people who are just so far up BioWare's ass that they'll defend anything they do. And I've heard it from people that are on my side who think the endings were complete and utter garbage. Regardless of your opinion, there are some things I'm going to bring up in this video, and you really need to discuss them. Now, I've already spent the better part of my day arguing with a few people, and God help me, if I see anybody post, "Oh, you're just whining," or crying, or any of that, I could care less if you're a subscriber or not. I'm just going to remove your comment and block you, because at this point, I'm just kind of done with it. We're all adults here. If you can't negate my argument without resorting to petty troll insults, that's what it is when you say someone's crying about a subject, when clearly there are no tears. I'm going to be stating an opinion. I'm going to be discussing facts. I'm going to be pointing out plot holes and problems and things that just piss me off. What I want you to do is be an adult and negate my points. I want to discuss this situation, but this is going to be a rant. I'm not going to be all happy-go-lucky like I am right now. I'm genuinely pissed off. And why am I pissed off? It's because I'm old as fuck. And damn it, Mass Effect has been one of the greatest space odysseys I can recall since the original Star Wars trilogy. I remember watching the original Star Wars trilogy. I'm old as fuck. And no, kiddies, I'm not talking about the Phantom Menace, the Attack of the Clones, or the, what was it, Revenge of the Sith? No, that stuff was utter garbage too. I'm talking about the original shit, long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. I've invested a lot of time into Mass Effect, and I've seen many people try to argue that there's nothing wrong with the endings when they haven't even consistently played the games. Now, I played every single one of these games. I have an opinion. I had my own story, my own shepherd, my own choices, my own moral ambiguity. And BioWare pretty much took a dump on my story with these endings. Is the extended cut better than what we had? Marginally. Do I think BioWare would have done better to listen to the fans who apparently had it all wrong with the indoctrination theory and just gone along with that, you know? Do I think that it would have been better if they had done the indoctrination theory? Yeah. Because the indoctrination theory was so marvelous and it had so much potential. But I'm going to discuss this, rant on this, genuinely be pissed off like you guys like. And if you can't really negate my post, if you just go, "Oh, stop complaining, there's nothing wrong with it," fuck you, I'll just block you, because I don't care about you. The people that had a problem with the ending of Mass Effect 3 are not the minority here. It's the biodrones, as I make the BAM! First shot. It's the people that are basically riding BioWare and EA's cock that are saying there's nothing wrong with the ending. Even I initially said there was nothing wrong with the ending, but the reason was I am a dumbass and didn't pay attention. I was sitting there playing the game and I got so caught up in it, so indoctrinated, if you will, that I didn't notice that the ending was utter tripe until a week later, and I realized, hey, that ending kind of sucked. Yes, my voice changed too when I did it. It was weird. I freaked out everybody at the party. But no, seriously. The ending still has major problems. Still has major plot holes. I want to get some stuff out of the way before I go into it, but I spent the better part of the day also arguing with someone over whether or not a room could have had air in it. At the end of the Renegade Destroy option, you still have Shepard taking a breath. It's impossible for him to be alive after the Citadel exploded. And I know it doesn't now technically explode, but let's just say, for the sake of argument, that if a giant intergalactic space station has a intergalactic pulse of energy shoot out of it, it's gonna fuck some systems up, and you probably won't have air circulating anymore. Not to mention, the room that Shepard's in was completely fucking decimated. So to say that he was in a room that was sealed and possibly survived is bullshit. Because we all remember that when Shepard made his choice, he was out in the open, where there wasn't any air to begin with. Fuck bullshit out your ass. I'm not into speculation or any of that crap. I'm here to discuss some of my grievances with this ending. I'm here to discuss BioWare and EA ruining what is, in my opinion, one of the best franchises this generation. And yes, I understand there are people out there that could not give a fuck less about Mass Effect. And if you don't give a fuck less about Mass Effect, you're probably not watching this video. And if you are watching this video and you don't give a fuck less about Mass Effect, you're probably going to troll me. Where to begin? The Mass Effect 3 Extended DLC. I gotta be honest, when I first heard that they were going to be doing DLC after seeing the bogus ending and all the backlash, I thought to myself, okay, BioWare's probably trolling us. They're going to release some DLC and it's going to be absolutely badass. It's gonna back up the indoctrination theory. Shepard's going to wake up back on Earth. He's going to, I don't know, take that giant laser thing he had on the Quarian homeworld and he's going to blast Harbinger into bits. He's going to activate the Crucible. All the Reapers are going to implode, and the galaxy is going to be saved. But no. What we got was basically, to begin with, we got endings that were shit. And the extended cut DLC is telling us why the shit stinks. I know, a lot of people have used that terminology. I'm sure you've seen it. I love it. Un momento. There are so many plot holes that are still available within the extended cut DLC, but what I really want to focus on is some of the big issues that I had with the endings in general, even before the extended cut. Alright, let's take, for instance, I haven't seen everything. Maybe there's something I missed. Maybe there's an ending that has some vital information, but I'm a destroy option, alright? I play through, I destroy. Why? Because that's been the choice from the beginning. From the very moment we killed Sovereign, our whole goal was to stop the Reapers. We don't want to synthesize with them. That's what fucking Saren wanted to do. We don't want to control them like the fucking Elusive Man does. That's stupid. And I know, yes, some people chose that. Within the indoctrination theory, that was you losing, technically. And it was pretty much backed up by that little breath at the end, because Shepard died in both those choices, but in the destroy option, he doesn't appear to die, and he takes the fucking breath. So, you know, I was under the impression that those were the wrong options, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's choice! Why would you want to control the Reapers? Why would you want to synthesize with them? You know how fucking painful that could be? What happens when you mix humans, Quarians, Asari, well, we didn't see Quarians. What happens when you mix Turians, Asari, humans, all this shit with Reaper tech? You get marauders, you get cannibals, you get husks. Controlling them? Yeah, that's real fucking easy. That worked out so well for the elusive men in this true ending now, didn't it? I'm a destroy option. That's what I chose. So, if I miss some vital information in one of the other playthroughs, forgive me. It's my choice to destroy them. Let's start off with one of my big problems. Near the end of the game, on the final run toward what is essentially another conduit, launches you up into the Citadel, like the conduit from the first game, which the first game is still far superior. You're making your final run. You've got soldiers at your side, vehicles, harbingers above them, blasting lasers at you. And he finally hits you. You're knocked to the ground. You're unconscious for who knows how long, and then you awaken to see Harbinger fly off. And what do you hear over your intercom? Did anybody make it? No, our entire force has been decimated. What do we do? Let's retreat. Motherfucker, I just saw Harbinger fly the fuck away. Get in a Mako, come over here, pick my ass up, and let's get inside the conduit. It makes no sense to me that after Harbinger has flown away, everyone would just retreat. The motherfucker's gone. He's out of here. Why don't we, I don't know, advance? You've got all these people fighting for this one spot, and the one oppressive force is now gone. What's the only thing defending this spot now? A couple husks and marauder shields? Yeah, I've killed like thousands of them. Multiple playthroughs. That's one big glaring issue I still have with this ending, is even after Harbinger leaves to go get candy or something, everyone just retreats. I don't know how many people were still with me. Liara and Garrus were my squad. I don't know what your squad was. I don't really give a fuck. Why weren't they with you? I mean, if Liara and Garrus will follow me up the side of the Citadel to fight Sovereign, and if Garrus and Jack will follow me into a collector base to fight a human Reaper, what the fuck? Where were they at this moment? The most crucial moment in the entire fucking franchise. The culmination, the climax. And they abandoned me? Really? I don't think any explanation they can give me would really help for my teammates just not deciding to follow me, you know? I don't get that. What's another big issue that I had with the ending? Let's fast forward a little bit. You're on the Citadel, the Crucible, whatever you want to call the place you're at, which I've never seen this place. Let's not mention, you know, the Reapers leaving you an access point to get to the very exact spot you need to not only activate the Citadel and the Crucible, but, you know, destroy them. Why would the Reapers leave that? I don't know. But still, you get up there. The whole force was decimated. They didn't see you. Obviously, they didn't see Anderson, but how did he make it before you? He said he followed you up, and yet he's at the console before you. Makes very little sense. What about the elusive man? Where in the flying fuck did he come from? He just happens to be there at a crucial moment. During the indoctrination theory period of our discussion, this was a very intriguing moment, that Anderson represented the side of your mind that was not indoctrinated, and the elusive man represented the side that was. This conflicting force within your head. Now it's just bullshit plot convenience. Not to mention the very real fact that the elusive man somehow can control Anderson. Not to mention the very fact that he can control you. Nowhere in the entire franchise has an indoctrinated individual been able to telepathically manipulate another individual. Especially not one that's not indoctrinated. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, without bullshit speculation, Anderson was not indoctrinated. Anderson was a BAMF. He was a badass motherfucker. He was one of my favorite characters in the entire series. So to say that he was indoctrinated is complete bullshit, because Shepard's the one who had to have been indoctrinated even a little bit, because he was always around the Reaper tech. He had nightmares, for goodness sake, throughout the entire game. He had nightmares, and in the final part, he was on fire. If that isn't Reaper indoctrination manipulation, I don't know what is, because I've never had nightmares that vivid. Although I did have one where I fell in lava one time. I don't know where the lava came from. Too much Minecraft. Too much Minecraft! But really, the part where the elusive man is able to make you shoot Anderson, make Anderson get on his knees, he's able to mentally handicap you guys so that you can't just bust a cap in his bitch ass. How the fuck is he doing this? I understand that the Reapers can control people to a certain extent. I remember Saren was unable to break his indoctrination, and even for a brief second he was able to stop himself by blowing his brains out. But he was being controlled, yes, but he could not control you or anyone else. Hell, the only thing he could do was tell the Geth what to do. And that's just because they were fucking scared of being killed by the Quarians and were joining Sovereign to try and survive. That's another point that I need to get onto. I know people are different on their opinions. I myself am a very forgive and forget type of person. I try to be nice. I try to forgive and I try to forget. With the Geth, after going through the consensus and seeing all this stuff that Legion showed me, I doubt it was all complete bullshit. If it was complete bullshit, that was 2 hours of 2 hours of my life wasted. But seeing the plight of the Geth and how they gained sentience and just wanted to live, I pity them. Have they killed many people? Yes, they've done a lot of terrible things. But look into our own real human history and all the terrible shit we've done. We don't try to kill all of the Germans for some bullshit that a few of them did eons ago. Eons ago. Stop thinking in Mass Effect terminology. We don't subject an entire group of people to destruction or confinement because of some bad decisions. And I don't want to get too philosophical with this video, but still, I forgave the Geth. I had them join me. I made peace between Geth and Quarian nations. That moment when Legion made them pretty much a legitimate species, sacrificed himself to upload that Reaper tech and made them truly independent. That moment when he died, and Tali was like, what are we going to do now? And a giant red Geth came and said, you can stay here with us. Holy crap, the people that say this game has no emotion, because I was sitting there bawling like a little bitch. You can say I was crying because it was beautiful to me. I had worked to achieve this. I had brought Geth and Quarian people together, finally, at last. Peace! Not to mention the peace between the Solarians and the Krogans and the Turians. I don't give a crap what the Dolatross says. Fuck that bitch. Turians and Solarians and Krogan all have peace as well. I united the galaxy. The Geth and the Quarians. And it doesn't fucking matter because the destroy option kills them all anyways. All the Geth are dead. That 2 hours of my life was nothing. All that work for nothing. And I've heard the argument, people have said, every choice has sacrifice. I understand that there are sacrifices. I've understood that from the first game when I had to sacrifice either Caden or Ashley. 20 points to whoever can guess which one of them I let die. I understand that there is sacrifice, but there is a difference between sacrifice, tough decisions, and bullshit. For those of us who have worked hard to unite the galaxy, for those of us who have strived for peace, it's not a situation of us crying because the ending is bad. It's us being disappointed that there isn't an option for a better tomorrow. You know what I wanted from Mass Effect? I'll tell you. I wanted to kill the Reapers. Just the Reapers. Let the relays and the Citadel and the Geth and everything be just perfectly fine. I wanted to kill the fucking Reapers. Then I wanted to go to Tali's homeworld, build a house. I'm not marrying Tali, by the way. Go to her homeworld, build a house, hang out with her and Garrus, marry Liara, and have a bunch of little Asari babies, and live the rest of my shepherd's life a hero. That's all I wanted. If by some chance, the grace of God, they release another ending that fixes this, which they're not going to, because, hell, they fucked it up twice. Why should I expect them to, fix it? If there was a chance to release another cutscene or something that was like, just fuck all this bullshit, Shepard lives, the Reapers are dead, everybody's happy. Would I be happy finally? Maybe. Would I still poke at the stupid bullshit that makes no sense? Oh yeah, definitely. It's not about the endings being bad. You see, me, I've played several games. I've played the Silent Hill series. I've played the Suffering series. I've experienced bad endings. There's a difference between bad and bad. Having a bad ending because I messed up a decision, or didn't collect a certain item, or I killed one too many good people. If you play Silent Hill, you've had a bad ending. If you played The Suffering and you were a complete dick, you had a bad ending. There's a difference between those, which are by choice, and an ending that is just foobar. You know what I mean? Alright. Some other plot holes and problems. People say, well, they can rebuild. I understand they can rebuild. Anything can be constructed within time. But do you really think that the galaxy has the resources to start construction? All of the relays have been disabled. Granted, they didn't explode this time, because BioWare sure fucked that one real good. Hey, you remember in The Arrival? They didn't explode, but they were dismantled. So there's an additional cutscene of all the fleets leaving our solar system. Do you have any idea how long it's going to take those guys to get back to their systems? I understand some people are like, well, they have the faster than light travel and things like that. That is all Reaper tech. That is all Mass Effect relay stuff. That's why the Normandy gets so fucked up, because it has a Mass Effect relay built into the son of a bitch. It's going to take them forever to get back to their homes. Hell, they might not even make it. I hope they have some women on that fucking ship. The people that are still within their own systems, like the cutscene with the Krogans on Tuchanka, that was beautiful. I will admit, I like that, because I worked hard for Tuchanka. But it makes me sad, because I have the feeling Rex will never see it again. I worked so hard to save his place, and he was with me on Earth. He was rallying the Krogan troops. What if Rex never gets to see his home again in peace? I saw these Krogan babies and stuff, but I didn't see Rex. I might have to go back and look in, but I didn't see. He was on my planet with me, fighting. He may never get to see his home again. The Quarians, they've got their planet back finally, but at what price? Sure, the Geth did a lot of heinous things, but if they're just all dead now, then what have I done? Think about it. It's the same as when I was little and I watched the Pokemon movie. Y'all remember that? The Pokemon movie? Y'all remember how near the end of the Pokemon movie, Ash and his party learned that it was wrong to make all these Pokemon fight and hurt each other? And then Mewtwo erased their memory, completely invalidating the fucking lesson they learned. It's the same situation here. I made peace. And just because now all the Geth are dead for no real reason, everything I did is completely invalidated. Which means bullshit is going to start up again, people have no real lesson to learn from, and it's all going to spin into another bullshit cycle. Oh my god, I hate to think I sound like that godchild thing. Oh my god. But it really has no purpose. I made peace, and they invalidated it. Another point that it irritates me with this new ending. At the very end, they show the Normandy finally getting up and taking off again. The Normandy landed on a random bumfuck planet on God knows what solar system, and it was pretty fucked up beyond all reason. Where are they going to find the materials to get that sumbitch working again? Do y'all remember what it looked like when it was crashed on the planet? It was real fucked up. Not to mention, it has a Mass Effect relay in its engine. If that space magic energy disabled its engine, it's not going to go anywhere. They're on a random planet. I can understand if they landed on Tuchanka or something. They'd have fucking Krogan forces have that bitch up in a week. But where are they? How do you pull this much bullshit plot convenience out of your ass? Not to mention, I feel bad for Joker, because the choices I made invalidates his relationship with Edie as well, which is fucking creepy to begin with. Let's just say, you know, I don't mind somebody loving their car or loving their Xbox or their PS3, but when you start loving your stuff, it's creepy. And yes, Edie was an artificial intelligence, but fuck, that was a creepy plot point. Just my opinion. Don't even care about the ending or anything. That was just creepy and weird. But there's a lot of issues with this. Like I mentioned earlier, people have said that Shepard, during the indoctrination theory, people said Shepard couldn't possibly fall back to the planet. He would burn up in orbit. Not to mention the fall would kill him, for sure. There's no way he could survive on the Citadel, if he even is still alive in the Destroy ending. But they kept that breath cutscene in there. Cut that shit out then. Quit confusing me. Again, if the giant intergalactic space station has an intergalactic pulse of energy just burst out of it, I really doubt the systems are going to maintain. You're going to have some problems. And again, Shepard was not in a confined box or an escape pod or any of that shit. He was out in the open when everything exploded. You remember that? Do you fucking remember that? There is no pleasing me, I guess. Regardless of whether or not I'm right, people are going to say I'm complaining, whining, crying. There is no pleasing me. I am extremely disappointed with BioWare. Fucking angry at EA because I know this is their fault. And I'm just saddened by the fact that one of the greatest space odysseys I have ever had the pleasure of immersing myself in since Star Wars has been quintessentially ruined by this shitty ending. I don't know what I'm going to do with this game. I have so many games that I love. Hell, I've had bad endings before. Chrono Cross had a terrible ending. Or at least the one I got was terrible. I'm sure there's others I need to play it again, but still, I still like that game. Not to mention that Mass Effect was sold to us incomplete. This is another rant for another day, but stop fucking releasing unfinished games. BioWare, you, Square Enix, the guys who made Azura's Wrath, stop releasing unfinished fucking video games. In the words of Gabe Newell at Valve Software, a good game will be delayed for a short amount of time, but a bad game will suck forever. 20 years from now, people are going to be buying retro copies of Mass Effect 3, and the ending will still suck. Oh, go online and get the DLC. The servers have been down for 10 years. Or 15. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep the current Xbox Live up. Xbox 720 or whatever drops, they're going to probably just shut that shit down. I'm highly disappointed in what has become of this franchise. If you agree with me, good. Because that means that you at least have some common sense. and you can see plot holes that are big enough for a Geth dreadnought to go through. If you think I'm full of shit and that I'm complaining, debate with me. Do it respectively. Comment down there and I will reply to you and we will debate. We won't argue. We will discuss this fucking scenario. But I'm not in the mood for trolls. I'm not in the mood for biodrones. Oh, there's nothing wrong with the ending. You're just complaining. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna sip my tea and eat my crumpets. Fuck you. Alright? There's a big problem with it. Those of us that had an issue with the ending, again, were not a minority. Minority. Can't speak fucking English. I'm so angry right now. There's a lot of problems with the ending. There's still a lot of problems with it. There's going to be a lot of problems with it. They're not going to fix it. They're not going to please everybody. And I'm just sad that I'm on the side that's not pleased. Yes, I admit it. I'm disappointed that I have not been catered to. There. Is that what you want to hear? I've also heard people say, oh, well, you just didn't understand the ending because it wasn't spelled out for you. I understood the ending perfectly fine. It was a bad ending. Did I initially, during the indoctrination theory, did I not understand to begin with that it could have been all in his head and everything? No, I did not get that the first time. But when I started watching videos and having a consensus with other BioWare fans, then it all made sense. And then BioWare shat on it. Does anybody remember their promises they made? Does anybody remember the Twitter updates? If you fans knew what was in store, you wouldn't be acting like this. Really? Because now we know what was in store, and we're still acting like this. I remember their promises. Wildly varying endings. Grand possibilities. But what we still have is a variation on 3 or 4. 3 or 4 variations on the same thing. Boom, explosions. Multicolored. Ooh, ah. Space magic. It's still fucking space magic. The synthesis is the biggest bullshit of all. Oh, man. I still picture that in my head. I saw it, I think it was on IGN. I have updates from them on Facebook. I still remember a picture of Shepard and Garrus sitting on a beach, looking out into the ocean with a giant dead reaper sticking out of the water. It's a good image. It's too bad it never came to be. I don't know how to end this video. I've talked about a lot of different stuff. There's still plenty more plot holes that I didn't cover. There's still plenty of bullshit that I didn't address. Go ahead and feel free to make a video response to me. Go ahead and feel free to comment. You know, if I see anyone saying, oh, you're just whining or crying, I'm just going to block you because I really don't care. I don't care. If you're not going to debate with me and try to be at least somewhat of an intelligent individual, bye. It really irritates me because this was a great franchise and it's been ruined. Oh, one more thing. No tears. But I did shed a tear for Morden. I shed a tear for Legion. And I shed a tear for BioWare. Rest in peace, BioWare. You won't be getting any more of my money. I won't be buying any more of your games. I'll just enjoy Jade Empire, Dragon Age Origins, and Mass Effect 1 and 2. Oh, man. Take care, viewers. Do whatever you want. I'm still fucking irritated. I'm gonna go find a good forum and just let her rip with all the hate.
Just hold